Alright, hello YouTube, Jonathan here with Extra Lives Gaming. Welcome back to Half-Life 2. We are not playing this again, legitly. Really messing with the,
End of the line.
with this, the command console. I'll be using some codes and, screwing with the game. For right now, I am done with Far Cry 1. I'm going to start doing, recordings of it starting tomorrow. And, to try and, I mean, the live streaming was kind of boring for you guys, boring for me, and, yeah, so, anyways. Alright, putting that in, we'll change it so that it's on. Now, I've wanted to make a video like this
Welcome to City
for a long
17.
time because
You have chosen or been chosen to relocate to one of
the
our
command
remaining
console for Half-Life is really interesting. And there's a lot of neat things behind the scenes, a lot of stuff at the game. You can learn how a game works and how effects are done, and it's really kind of really interesting. Boop. No clip on. No clipping means I can go to the background. Clipping is just a term as it's used to, it's like collision detection. Basically, by having the clipping on, I can go through everything, which is pretty neat.
And so, whether you are here to stay or
I'm also going to turn on Impulse 101
on your way
to give me everything.
welcome to City 17. It's safer here.
Hurry up. Alright, now, first things first, you got Dr. Breen talking on this monitor here. And it's a really cool effect. But how it's done is there's actually a small room off in the background with him in it.
Welcome to City 17.
You go to the background
You have
and
chosen or been chosen to relocate
there he
to
is.
one of our finest remaining urban centers. I thought so much of City 17 that I
And
elected
he's-
to establish my
I'm not
administration
100%
here
sure how this is
in
done,
the
but basically
city
there's something
so
projecting
thoughtfully
him,
provided by our benefactors.
and I actually
I've
can
been proud to call City 17 my home. And so, whether you
Pardon,
are
Tom.
here to stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown, welcome to City 17.
so I can kill him.
It's safer here.
There we go. And there's the T-pose. That's the default look for a model when they're not being used. So now when I there's the game over there. Where was I? Now when I go back to here, he's gone, and there is blood on the screen. But also now having this on, I have all the weapons, so that's pretty cool too. Turn the clip off. So now we can go around and start messing with things. Like right here, you should be able to kill anything because
You're the only ones on that train?
you never was up weapons at this point.
Dr. Breen again? I was hoping I'd seen the last of him in City 14. Don't say that too loud. This is his base of operations.
There we go. And it's funny, you're not able to do any of this. Like, this is all supposed to be all... You're supposed to kill things here. Sure. I know it's Barney.
This must be a mistake. I got a standard relocation coupon just like everybody else.
Yeah, I can't reach him. Go figure. What's up? Okay. I was working on it. The door didn't close.
I'm gonna need me some privacy for this.
It was probably the door closing. About that beer I owed you.
It's me, Gordon. Barney from Black Mesa.
That's funny.
Sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras. I've been working undercover with civil protection. I can't take too long or they'll get suspicious. I'm way behind on my beating quota.
Yes, Bart. Barney, what is it? I'm in the middle of a critical test.
Sorry, Doc, but look who's here.
Actually, it's funny.
Great
He's in a
Scott.
room somewhere too. Is this him out here? Nope, that was Dr. Breen's room. There he is. Da -da -da -da.
Very well. And, Gordon, good to see you.
Yeah, it's funny because he's just like looking into this monitor and it's just, there's nothing there. Like I've always been interested in how a game works, how it functions, and how hell. That's interesting. I didn't even know that. Like apparently once the camera to project a character changes, it moves somewhere else. Like once it changes in this person, that's actually really neat. I didn't know that. Huh.
Hurry up! Pile up some stuff to get through that window and keep going till you're in the plaza. I'll meet up with you later.
But yeah, I'm gonna buy the game Agony and start playing that tomorrow night. Shush.
Dear Dr. Breen, why
So,
seem to suppress our reproductive cycle? Concerned citizen. Thank you for writing, concerned. Of course,
I just think it's fun just playing the game in a way you're not supposed to. I find it
with all the
interesting. Everyone still reacts in the same exact way, and the enemies still
also detect some
die, and they still drop stuff, and it's just like,
do our benefactors
I think that's
really
cool.
know what's best for us? What gives them the right to make this kind of decision?
Union 6 unit down at station Lock 6. Reinforcement team. Unity service. Remaining units contained.
But yeah, it's funny too. With this kind of thing, you can do like secret breaking, which is like doing things in a way that the game does not recognize and actually causing issues. As you can see right here, certain things didn't load the way they should have, and like, it's funny the game actually reacts to all this. And
Control 1. Unity service. Remaining unit contained.
now, the first time I did this was back actually on my Xbox 360. I had found a mod program that modded save files, actually called Modio. And what it did was how it sounds. It went in, you took a save file, you put it on a USB drive. Excuse me, crap in my throat. And then you would put it in your computer.
I can't take it anymore.
And
Attention, residents.
there was a little more to it. I think you had to actually
Cooperation with your civil protection team.
you had to actually pull the, yeah, that's what it was. You had to have the system saved on the external hard drive, and you put the external device into the computer, and you would mod the file.
Citizen notice.
And what you would do is you would turn on codes, and you could set them to certain buttons, which was really cool. That's why I first started messing with this, and I first learned about how there's still command cheats in a console game. It was really a cool thing to me. And I went through the whole game a couple times, just like messing around with it, just cause it's fun to play a game in a weird way, the way it's not supposed to be played, and you can just go where you want to. And I said, like, from my perspective, you can learn things. I learned so much how a game works, like right there. Like, that's an example that it's not the fall that kills you. The ground has some kind of like layer that kills you. You know, that's something you think, oh, I jumped, I died from the impact. No, there's something there. You know, these little things you can learn I think are really cool. Also, like loading zones, and you bypass, because with the new clip mode, I can also bypass loading points, which loads the next section, which isn't good either, because then the part won't load. But it's neat because you can see what's behind that part.
Over here! Ha! No, you don't! Dr. Freeman, I presume. I better hurry. The Combine can be slow to wake, but once they're up, you don't want to get in there.
Like,
Away.
like last time I clipped past this part and I bypassed I killed all the guys.
I don't
So
think it occurred to him that you might not have a map.
Alex didn't load in, and when I went into the command console, the game's all like, "Oh, cannot find Alex," because the game did have a chance to load her, so she wasn't a
Alex
part of
Vance.
anything.
My father worked with you back in Black Mesa.
And there's actually a lot of
I'm sure you don't remember me,
like
though.
basically Alex acts as a key to where
In a few words, aren't you?
you need her because she opens doors, but she also drives a story. She drives certain elements.
Remember him from Black Mesa? Your old administrator. Don't get my dad started on Dr. Breen.
Like all the loading points still exist
Through here.
if you can get past the walls. But when I get to Dr. Kleiner's lab, that's where the game gets confused because Alex needs to talk to Barney. So Alex talks to Dr. Kleiner, which
Funny,
I
you showing
believe
up on this day
in
in
that
particular.
instance starts another instance where it loads Barney in, and then Barney comes in and talks to me, which then when he locks the door to the HEV suit. If I bypass all that and go
We've
right
been helping people
into
escape the city on foot.
the HEV room, even if I get into where the suit
Radio
is,
canals.
I cannot access it or use it
Today, we're finally on the verge of having a
because the
better
game
way.
has not progressed to the point where it says, "Oh, you've made it to this point where this is a
Here,
usable
let me
item."
buy you a drink.
It's just imagery. Like, it really gets confusing when you really start getting into it.
Oh, and by the way, nice to finally meet you.
You too.
Blast that little... Where did she get to? Lamar, come out of there!
Uh-oh, everything all right, Dr. Kleiner?
Oh, hello, Alex. Well, almost all right. Lamar has gotten
Like
out of
right
her
here,
crate
like,
again.
there's white
If I
lighting,
didn't
and it's
know
just,
better, I'd
it's a
suspect
fake
Barney
outside,
of
it's just a
trapping.
facade.
My
It's to
goodness.
give your brain
Gordon Freeman.
the idea
It really is
there's
you, isn't
more
it?
around you
I
than
found him
really
wandering
is, and there
around
isn't
outside.
really anything
Bit of
there.
a troublemaker, isn't he?
We owe a great deal to Dr. Freeman.
Maybe the trouble does seem to follow when it's weak, which it does. Now let's turn on no clip. Okay.
Even if trouble does tend to follow in
Go
his wake,
outside, you can see it's just a
I must
light
say, you come at a very
pointing towards the
opportune time.
windows to give the
Alex has
illusion
just
there's an
installed
outside
the
where there
final
actually
piece for our
isn't.
resurrected teleport.
There's nothing there. It's just blackness. You're just on a stage. This right here is one of the cameras. You would look through the camera and see the G-Man just barely standing there. Now again, it's an event, so once you look at the camera, he adjusts his tie, and then he walks away. He walks off the scene, and he disappears. Like, all these little things, people don't think about how a game works. Games
I
are
still have
so
nightmares about
complex.
that cat.
No, there's nothing to be nervous about.
cat?
We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
Like, you know, all this has loaded and executed, and Donna have been messing
Doc,
around.
Since he's not taking the streets, you might...
Alright. You clip, turn that back off. Nuts. Up. Back
We'll
off.
get him out of his civvies.
What? Oh dear, you're right. I almost forgot. Barney, I'll give you the honor.
Huh. I've got to get back on my shift, but okay.
This I was saying earlier.
Here we
He
go.
starts all
Ah!
this.
Damn it, get it off me!
Lamar, there you
I
are.
thought you got rid of that pest.
Certainly not. Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely harmless. The worst she might do is attempt to couple with your head. Fruitlessly.
Get that thing away from
Oh.
me.
Here, my pet. Hop up.
Alright, so
No, not up there. No.
I'm dumb.
No. Careful, Lamar.
using
Those
the
are quite
Impulse
fragile.
101,
Oh, fine. It'll be another week before I
the
can
HEV
cook them out
suit
there.
technically an item.
Longer if we're lucky.
Barney, you're not an animal person.
Well,
Here,
Gordon,
let's go through the wall.
go ahead.
Sure.
Slip into your suit now. Gordon, the longer you delay, the greater.
And
You coming?
like, this everything is funny. Where we start here, all right? So we go through all this, and we go into the transporter. Now, once I go into it, and I get warped around all these weird rooms. Actually, I wonder if Black Mesa is somewhere in here. Yep, there it is. Here is Black Mesa East. Again, it's just a stage or something actually here. It's all an illusion. Ah, here we are. Now this is after I get into the teleporter, I get all, you know, tossed around. I wind up here in this area.
What do you mean he's not there?
He didn't come through.
So now this scene starts up.
Is he?
Behind you. Shut
Hey
up.
Bionic,
Shut
what's
it
up,
down.
man? Thanks for popping in. So at this point, I went to the teleporter, quote unquote, and now in this stage area, and so now I'm supposed to run, and it will load to the next part. Over this way. Oops, wrong button. And actually, if we wanted to. Can actually get up here. Oh, that's not good. This is what I was saying, because there's a loading point right here that loads the section around here, which takes me over this way. So by bypassing that loading point, the game has not loaded the rest of the map, so now I'm left with this chunk of messed up area, because you weren't supposed to see this far. Oops, can't spell. Yeah, that's fine, man. I'm just messing around, just messing with the code and stuff. Now see, loading point. And now this part here, Barney will come out and be like, "Hey, Gordon, I never seen the Citadel so lit up." Boop.
Hey, Gordon! The Citadel's on full alert. I've never seen it lit up like that.
There's a crowbar
Get
on
out
it.
of City 17 as fast as you can, Gordon.
Cool.
Take the old canals, right? They'll get you to Eli's lab. It's a dangerous route, but there's a whole network of refugees, and they'll help you if they can. I'd come with you, but I gotta look after Dr. Kleiner. Oh, and before I forget, I think you dropped this back in Black Mesa.
Now see right there, that
Good
was
luck
an
out there,
illusion.
buddy. You're gonna need it.
When he bent down, the crowbar appeared out of nowhere, and he dropped it. Which again is really interesting. Like how games work is just like, I find it extremely fascinating because it's just like there's so much to a game and how it loads things and how it handles data and how even a simple scene comes into being. Skip all this. Oops, went too far. Now see right here, I should have loaded the tunnel that will load the chapter root canal, but again, because I bypassed it, it didn't happen. So again, this is the empty hallway. Let me push you right up here. There it is. So again, this is how, game designers save on data and how they make a world that seems so massively expansive when it actually isn't. The most important thing is trying to save on data, and then obviously the most important thing is making a world that seems believable. And having seamless loading points like that is, very essential to having a good-looking game.
Hey, stop! We didn't do anything! They'll be looking for you now.
Yeah, I know.
You better run. There's nothing else you can do here.
My crowbar. But also because I got the HEV suit a little early, the game's a little confused. So my HUD for my weapons aren't showing up. But like with this, I can turn on no clip. Alright. Now we can go through walls. I can see what's over here. Which is a whole lot of nothing. No, I don't know what disenchantment is. The train got me. No, Bionic, what is that?
They'll be looking for you now. You'd better run. There's nothing else you can do here.
Okay, I've actually seen the previews for that on YouTube. But I haven't actually seen it yet. Yeah, I noticed the animation was a little similar looking. I'm like, what's up with that? And I'm like, yeah. Flip. Alright, now, if you can see this right here, loading game from, was it Moo? Save DL Canal 01HL1. This is the map that I'm on. And again, if you know the game, you know the code, which is you can go online and find all this stuff. You can load any map you want and go anywhere you want to. Yeah, it's fine, Bionic. As I said, I'm gonna start Agony tomorrow night. This is just a filler because I'm taking a little break from Far Cry. Start recording that, but tomorrow night I'm gonna start. Get off the dang crate, Gordon. I'm gonna start playing the one. I guess it's a horror game. I guess you want to call it Agony. It just came out actually not so long ago. And I really want to play it. It does look really interesting. So gotta get into that. It's like $30 on Steam, so I can't win that. Just want to get paid first.
God. Guess those sirens are for you, huh?
No.
You found us. You're not the first to come through here by
This is the Freeman. The Combine's reckoning has come.
Look, we're just a lookout for the Underground Rail.
Yeah, I know.
Station's right around the corner. They'll get you started.
And like I said before, like, it's funny because like when you bypass a loading point, like a lot of the newer games, you don't see the loading point. You probably won't, because a lot of newer games are actually really seamless. You'll actually load the next area without even knowing you've actually made the transition. But in older games like this, you'll hit a point where the game loads because it had to actually access the data. Like newer games, you might notice a little sputter, and it's usually the game loading. I should have been a game developer. I've always liked games. I've always found them interesting. I've always liked how they work, and there is so much to them that people don't really appreciate. Most people play a game and they're like, "Oh, that was fun. That was a cool game," and it's like you don't really appreciate the amount of work that goes behind everything. The amount that some poor guy spent hours and hours and hours and hours of his life programming all this and making everything, and making these scenes. You don't see them, and I can appreciate all this.
Hey, over here! Help!
Attention, community.
It's maybe me boring to anybody else. To me, this is neat. This is fascinating.
Unrest procedure code is now in effect. Inoculate, shield, pacify, code. Sword, sterilize.
Station 12, come in. Station 12, do you read? Station 12, come in. Station 12, do you read? Station 12, come in. Station 12.
kind of fun still playing the game normally, but like hardly see it in. That's the way to play this game, but you know, just messing around, just having some fun. I think there is a point right in here. Now what all this is, all this code and stuff, this is how the developers test the game out. Now, a lot of games on a console, pretty much most games, you can't access this. Some games don't even have it as a list. Sometimes it's only available through actually developing the game. For some reason, Valve likes keeping it out in the open like this, but you know, makes it interesting for people like us to mess around with it. But yeah, if I was a game developer, let's say, or I was I wanted to test a certain area of the game to see how it functions, you know, I would bring that menu up and be like, okay, I want to go to this map, so I would type it in and go to that area exactly, and then, you know, fly to the map, go right to that part I want to get to, and then that's the use of it. You know, it's just to test the game out, to make sure everything's working right.
Medical systems engaged. Morphine administered.
Let's give me a little bit of health. But yeah, with this, I mean, you can drop items, you can drop like guns, or you can spawn enemies. You can just put anything you want to into the game to test it out.
Get in here, hurry! Civil protection is on us. We're tearing up the railroad, covering our tracks. Looks like you're gonna be the last one through. Be glad you're not the guy they're looking for.
I am the guy they're looking for, but you don't know. Too far. And that's
Minor lacerations detected.
Oh, they're already good. There you go. No, it's funny, I think it actually turned off the no clip thing by having me get it after the enemy. I don't want to go this way. Nibble. Poop. Go through the walls. I wanted to go that way, but I don't think it was exactly that way. Was it this way? I don't remember. That was over this way. You went to the water. You went through all that and blah blah blah. It's kind of funny too. It can be in parts like right here. We're supposed to raise the water to swim up to here, but if I didn't do that, it never happened. Everything's still where it was. And again, it's kind of pointless things, but it's just, to me, it's still neat. I don't actually know what Impulse 101 is. I know what it does, but I don't know if it stands for something or what. I just know Impulse 101 is it gives you pretty much everything, all the weapons, all the guns, all the armor. And obviously it's super duper useful for cheating purposes.
Hazardous radiation levels.
Hey! You're Freeman, aren't you?
Nope.
We got word you were coming. You got here at a bad time.
What is a bad time for me?
They're showing us!
Nope. No thank you. Ow. Hey there, Wagam. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm just messing with Half-Life 2 here. I wonder if I can use the Walls code with the
Hey,
airship.
Dr. Freeman. I've been hoping you'd show up. Got this airboat all gassed up and ready to go. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I've already played and beat this. I'm just messing around with the codes now.
It'll be tough dodging civil protect. Out there in the open, but drive hard, make it.
Nope.
You'll find more help up at Station 7. Just a few bends up the river. It's the old red barn.
Here, come on, open the gate. Open the gate. Open the gate. Let me through.
I'm staying put.
Let's go. Go ahead and bypass certain points. Gonna die.
Vital signs are dropping.
Jeez. Still hurt you? That's not cool. This is bullets. I need bullets. I need help. There we go.
Hey down there!
Hey, what's
Supplies!
up? Thanks.
Look out below!
Let's see, where was the looking point? Back over here. Yeah, so that's been a little boring for some people, but I mean, like for me, how a game works and just messing around with it is just fun for me. Like, I enjoy this, you know. I think this is fun. And just neat being able to just bypass big chunks of the game. Oops. No, what I meant. Alright, so now I pass the loading point, now I can go back to zipping around. There's no loading point in this tunnel somewhere. There it is. I was actually getting close to the boss battle, but again, I can just actually there is a a secret, actually near the lodge of the boss battle with the helicopter. There's a Vortigaunt that sings. He's in a tunnel that's kind of hard to get to. This is the part where I get the Magnum and go into that room there, and I'm thinking. Then I come out through there. Look at this. Yeah. Alright, a little too far there. More sludge though, kind of annoying. I wonder if I can spawn on top of the tunnel and walk on it. And I'm stuck in nothingness. Awesome.
Warning. Hazardous radiation levels detected.
It was further back. That's further back, was it? Look at this, huh? Well, I've apparently goofed. I went too far. I went past the loading point. It's pretty neat. I bypassed the loading point, so I gotta go back and find the darn thing. Where is it? Is it all the way back here? I don't remember. Yep, there's a door here. Was it up there here then? That's not good. Oh, the Walk the Walls code, or the no clipping code, is pretty cool because you can just go where you want to. And I've broken the game. So I didn't open this. Yeah, the no clip code is probably my most favorite code. You can just go through backgrounds and bypass stuff and break the game. Okay, I went too far. Oh, you know what we didn't do? I think. I didn't fight the helicopter in here. Yeah, Richard, I've been trying to discuss people who have been watching how games work, and they're actually rather complex. Like, people don't realize how many, like, all the little loading points you miss, you go through trying to get to the point, because games are so seamless nowadays. Just from what I did right there, I've bypassed a whole section of game. See, I didn't bring the helicopter out, but the game was like, okay, you didn't spawn the helicopter, you didn't spawn the helicopter. So now, what am I supposed to do? The game can't load something, and I'll still get confused, and it will start making errors. Hi there, how you doing? Can I help you? Had to bring farther for a second. This one. Oops, through that. Get into it. Darn it, I died using code. That's not good.
Defender 5, Unit D service. Remaining units to damage station.
Go through here. Alright, now I have to... Not beat it, but to get rid of it. So when he'll go away, I'm going to press that and open the gate. And now that's activated. That loading point is now accessible. Stop, it hurts. She done the first place. Gotta move. So that I didn't load, the door didn't open, so the rest of the game didn't progress properly. I think. Yeah, I know this is really interesting to people. I understand that, you know, but I wanted to do a video like this for so long. You have no idea how long I wanted to do this kind of video. Pretty much since I first found this, had to do all this, you know, a long time ago. I've been wanting to make a video like this. And I know it's boring to other people and it's not fun. I understand all that. I really, really, really do. But I enjoy it. Something feels wrong. There was supposed to be soldiers back there, and there wasn't. This game feels like a damn ghost town. But like I said, I've taken a little break from Far Cry. I was getting a little flustered with it, and I'm going to do more recordings of them. Start those tomorrow and just record the game. And then, so I'm going to start playing the game Agony tomorrow night. It's like $30 on Steam, so I thought I'd give it a little try. There we go. Loading. Jeez. I realized how far off I was. I think the game Agony should be pretty interesting. That was one of the most anticipated games of this year. And yeah, I really want to try it because it looks like fun looking. I don't know if it's a horror game or if it's just you know, just a bloody mess of game. But nevertheless, it looks like fun. So this tonight was just a little filler for me not playing Far Cry right now. I am going to beat it. I do want to beat Far Cry. I'm not going to give up on it. So don't worry about that. I'm going to beat it. And I remember Richard was right. I have made a lot of progression in that game, and to throw it all away would be stupid, and I'm not going to do that, you know. all the time and energy I've spent, you know, into getting as far as it did. Yeah, the composer of this game really, really has a good music. Yeah, actually, like watching the game play normally. Like, I know I'm like horribly cheating right now, but watching the game progress naturally and the music where it is, it really fits and it really does complement the game very well and really, you know, it makes it more immersive. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm using a code called no clip, which takes away the collision for the game. Yeah, it's fun. The only problem with doing this, you know, like, you have to know your game. Like, I played Half-Life 2 dozens of times, so I know how the game is supposed to progress and more or less what's where, you know, loading points and whatnot. But, you know, if you went into this not knowing any of this stuff, yeah, you can get very lost very fast, because, especially not knowing where the loading points are, like, you know. There is one thing I want to see. It's taken me a bit to get to it, but I still got about an hour left. Tell I'm off tomorrow, so, you know, as long as it takes to get there, I'm fine. But back on the Xbox 360 of Half-Life 2, I found a glitch. Because I used to be really good at glitches back in the day before I got old and I couldn't find it anymore. But, I found a really neat glitch that I bypassed a loading point, and in doing so, obviously the game didn't load. And what followed was whenever I fell through the map, whenever I saw this like giant orange box in the background, I'm like, oh, what is that? I'm still not 100% sure what it was, but I think it was some kind of, like a trigger, basically. There's like a visible trigger underneath the map. Oops. That's it. It'll take me a while to get to that, but if I can, I just want to see if it was in all versions of Half-Life or just in the Xbox 360 version. So that's my goal to get to there. Yes, I'm off work today, so I'm going anywhere. I had to go to the store later and take some money out of my account so I can pay rent and stuff. But other than that, I'm not doing anything. But Thursday I'm getting a new tattoo, which is actually going to be the Lambda symbol from Half-Life, because Half-Life really has a special place in my heart. It's one of the first games I really remember me and my brother really having an interest in. You know, like he rented it, and we played it together, and I didn't know what Half-Life was, the original Half-Life, and you know, for that reason, it holds a special place in my heart, and it's also a really good game. So I want to get it as a just a commemoration. For a game I like, but a game that also started a lifelong career of me playing video games, you know, and I don't know if career is the right word, but I've been playing games for a long time, and who knows if I didn't play Half-Life 1, if I would still be playing games right now. You know, you don't know. You know, a lot of times, you know, you find that one game that sparks your interest, you know, or it makes you think in a different way. You see things in a different way, and I'm not saying Half-Life did that, but you know, I had no proof that it didn't. I just know it means something to me, and that's enough to get me get a tattoo of it. It's like I have a tattoo on my hand of the symbol for the Legend of Zelda and the Master Sword on the back of my forearm. I've been playing The Legend of Zelda since I was a little kid. The Legend of Zelda, again, is one of my most favorite games. And no matter how old I get, no matter what they do to it, they would just were to screw it up, you know, it still holds a place in my heart, you know. And the game should be oops. Well, the game just crashed. Whoopsie doodle. So yeah, that's the problem with doing that. If you bypass a certain point, yeah, the game doesn't like you doing that kind of stuff. So I guess we're done. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I cough. But yeah, that's the problem with using codes, you know, and messing with the game like that. You put it in a state where it's not supposed to be, and if you're not careful, it can have side effects, just like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna end this here because I haven't saved in God knows how long, so yeah. So like I said, tomorrow night I'm going to start playing Agony. I haven't played it ever, but it looks interesting. The game, I don't know what it's about, and just it looks like fun, and I want to try it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night.